Right guys, welcome back to Matrix Uploaded. My name is Mark Phillips and I'm taking you on a wonderful journey through the most exciting subject on planet Earth, mathematical literacy. You guys out there, Mzansi, are going to get rich and famous because of Mathslit. Mathslit is maths in the real world. Okay, now, what did we do in the previous lesson? We looked at expenses, income, and the idea of profit, which is crucial to any business. The profit is the income minus the expenses. And when business starts, what normally happens is that the expenses are high, the income is low, and it takes time for the business to reach what we call break even. And then after that, the aim is, of course, for the income to be more than the expenses, because then you're going to make your money. So remember, when you start your business, don't give up. When you leave Matric one day and you start your own business, if that's what you want to do, remember, it might be difficult times, but stick it out and make it work for you. And remember, know what you're doing. Knowledge is power, and maths that gives you those skills that you need to help you along the way. Okay, now let's have a look. We had a number of posters that this guy was creating. And notice, if he made no posters, his expenses were 3,000. Then if he made 50 posters, his expenses became 3,250, and so we went on. The income, well, at this stage, notice this is terrible. If he didn't make any posters, he's not going to make any money, but he still has the beginning expenses. And so after 50 posters, he's going to make 1,500. But what's brilliant here, if you look at this, when he makes 150 posters, he laminates them. What's going to happen is that his income is more than his expenses, and that's great. And let's just write down the equations quickly. The expense equation, this was wonderful. This was the fixed expenses plus 5 multiplied by the number of posters. The income equation was 30 Rand times the number of posters made. Now we're going to have to draw some graphs of these. Graphs are very important in businesses. So let's have a look here. At the slide, we've got draw a graph representing Derek's expenses and income. Okay, let's have a look at a sheet of paper. We've got the equations here. Very easy to do. Have a look here. Okay, we've got the expense equation and the income equation, and we want to represent all of this on a graph paper. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring in a graph sheet here, and let's have a look. A wonderful little graph paper here. Now what I'm going to do on the x-axis, or on the horizontal line, this is going to be my number of posters. Okay, number of posters there. Okay, and of course this will be the money that you make, the money on the side. And what we can do is we can start with naught. Okay, and I'm going to go up by saying, let's have a look at 1,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand, 3,000, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, they give you the graph paper, and they might even give you these numbers, but if they don't, you can put it on yourself. Number of posters, let's go up in 25. So we go 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, and let's go up to 175. We're going up in 25s, the amount of posters. Okay, now what do we do to represent this graphically? Easy. Let's start with the expenses. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, if we go to the sheet of paper, let's start. If we look at naught, no posters, the expenses are still 3,000. So we go to the graph paper. Look here. At naught, okay, the expenses are 3,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot on 3,000. Okay, what about if we look at 50 posters? Okay, if we've got 50 posters there, well, it's going to be 3,250. Okay, so at 50 posters, we're going to go 3,250. Now remember, 250 is really a quarter of 1,000. So we're going to go a quarter of the way up. Check this. So if we go there, I'm going to use a smaller pen. At 50, we're going to go. Now, if you break this into 4 parts, okay, what we've got is we can go up to 3,250, which is about there. Okay, in line with that. Next one is 100 posters, gives you expenses of 3,500. So 100 would be 3,500, which is going to be over there, which is about halfway up. Okay, 3,500. Okay, and then what have we got? If we look at 150, we go 3,750, which is almost 3/4 of the way up. Okay, at 150, we go up to there, which is about 3/4 of the way up to there. And then what I'm going to do is draw a little line and we've got our graph here. Okay, this graph is going to be for expenses. We can even use a red pen to make it look good. Let's make it look nice. Okay, there's a nice red graph there, and this is the expenses. Okay, now in blue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the income. Here we go. Now the income 00 is going to be here. 00 is there. Okay, then we've got 50 posters, 1,500. 50, 1,500 is about there. 1,500. Then we've got 100 posters at 3,000. 100 posters at 3,000 is there. And then we've got 150 posters at 4,500. So we go up to about there. And if we draw this, let's have a look what we've got there. We've got this thing going there. Okay, and that's the income. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at some questions relating to these two graphs in the next lesson. So don't go away. Stay with us on Matrics Uploaded. See you soon.